Okay, well, Sony has found themselves in a class action lawsuit, and this is all coming out of the Netherlands. And this is all around the PlayStation Store, specifically that the PlayStation Store basically overcharges on their digital games. Yeah, the claim is that digital games cost the same on the PlayStation Store as physical games, and this doesn't make any sense, because with physical games, you have to factor in like shipping and manufacturing the discs, stuff like that. But with digital, that is just not the case. So, these allegations are basically saying that digital should be cheaper than physical. Now, this is not the first time these claims have happened. This actually just happened about a year and a half ago in the United Kingdom. It's very similar. Basically, they are facing similar allegations, and I don't think that lawsuit has quite wrapped up yet. I think that is still in the works. But yeah, this all came out starting last week, and this is coming from a foundation in the Netherlands. So this article, that is from a website called Tweakers. I absolutely love that name. It is a Dutch website, so I obviously translated it. But yeah, Tweakers says the Dutch Consumer Foundation Massaschade, yeah, that's as good as I can do. I'm not very good at pronouncing some stuff. Massaschade and Consument, yeah, essentially just like a firm in the Netherlands. So they have filed a class action lawsuit against Sony for alleged abuse of its market position in the digital sales of PlayStation games. So it says research by the foundation found that digital games cost an average of 47% more than their physical equivalents, while Sony's distribution costs are actually lower. The foundation argues that the closed ecosystem of the PlayStation Store, combined with Sony's dominant position in the console market, leads to what it calls artificially high prices. And it concludes, unlike platforms like the Microsoft Store or Epic Games Store, PlayStation owners can only purchase games and content through Sony's own store. Now, at first that might sound a little confusing. It was to me too, but this actually comes from something that is referred to as digital game keys. Yeah, I probably should have known about these, but I actually just found out about them like a month or two ago. Somebody commented on one of my videos talking about them. So I'm just barely familiar with the concept, but yes, essentially this is something that starting in 2019, Sony stopped allowing on the PlayStation platform, but Xbox, Nintendo, Epic, they all do allow it. So essentially by allowing digital game keys, this allows third-party distributors and retailers to basically sell games on that platform by selling like the game key, and then people can download it that way. But with PlayStation not allowing this, you basically have to go through the PlayStation Store. And then with these alleged high prices, the allegation is basically that PlayStation has a monopoly on these digital games, especially because of that claim that these games are 47% more expensive than physical games. I thought that was pretty interesting. I would assume they're probably considering like used games, for example, because you really can't like sell used games if you don't allow these digital keys. So yeah, pretty big stuff. And then if you go onto the actual website, the page for this firm and specifically for this lawsuit, you find out that yeah, essentially it is a class action lawsuit. They are inviting basically anybody that is a customer of the PlayStation Store in the Netherlands to join this lawsuit. So they say you're paying too much for PlayStation games, and they go on to say that you're basically paying what they're referring to as a Sony tax on all digital games. Pretty interesting claim. And then if you go down a little bit on the page, it says that basically you join, and then you basically don't have to do anything, and they are basically going to go to court and fight this, and they are going to fight for all of these PlayStation consumers in the Netherlands to get their Sony tax back, so to speak. And with all of this, I had to wonder, how many PlayStation gamers are in the Netherlands, since it's definitely a smaller country compared to the United Kingdom and the US. Yeah, it is a nation of about 17 to 18 million people. Well, actually, when I just did a simple Google search of how many PlayStation gamers are in the Netherlands, it actually came up with another article about this class action lawsuit. Yeah, this is coming from a Dutch website, literally called Dutch News, that I translated, but essentially it says on the second line down there that there are 3 million Dutch PlayStation players. So, I mean, we are just in the very, first week or two of this lawsuit. It would be interesting to see if there are, hundreds, thousands, or maybe tens of thousands of people who join this class action lawsuit. It could be a big payout if they do end up winning it. We will have to wait and see with this one out of the Netherlands and the one out of the UK. We'll see if these claims that the PlayStation Store has a monopoly on these digital games are actually true.